everybody. It's your girl Melissa Renee.
And it be the Nicole.
And this is Drinks and Discussion. And we're drinking because we forgot to say what we were drinking the last time.
We said it, but
it was late
somewhere.
Yeah.
In there. It happened. Today we're drinking a white Cosmopolitan.
It's really good.
Instead of using cranberry juice, you use white cranberry juice. So it's really good. It's like I use the peach white cranberry juice.
Did you put some tequila in it?
Tito's vodka and Patron makes an orange liquor. It's not tequila.
Oh, it's a liquor.
It's like
Patron. I didn't know it. This is really good. I feel like you can drink this and drink this and drink this and then end up getting intoxicated and drunk.
And drink some more.
Exactly. But let's go ahead and get into these topics and everything. We can start off
first.
I really don't want to talk about Kanye.
We can just say, this famous artist.
No, we're gonna say Kanye because this is what he wants. He wants us to talk about him, so let's talk about him. So let's talk about Kanye and his whole episode when he was here in Charleston, South Carolina. Did you know? I didn't even. Okay, so he came here to campaign to get his. He had to have 10,000 signatures. Did you know he got the 10,000 signatures and didn't turn it in
time?
No, he didn't turn it in
at all.
Yes,
it was just a stunt.
Thank you.
That's why I didn't. I have yet to watch the video of whatever went on when he was here crying or yelling and talking about.
He was crying. He said that his Harriet Tubman just sent free black people to go work for other white people. I don't know what that means. I didn't want to understand what it means. I don't care what it means. He had his episodes on Twitter. He said that Kris Jenner was Kris Jong Young. He said that Kim was a white supremacist. He did come back, I think yesterday sometime, and apologized and said that he apologized for calling Kim, spazzing on Kim because she's always kept. She's never came out and said anything against him, and he appreciated that. So he did apologize. However, I'm going to say this. I was on Twitter, and at first I was feeling bad. When he was crying and stuff, I was like, I felt bad. But then I went on Twitter, and I saw a young lady that I follow on Twitter, and she is diagnosed with bipolar. She has a blog that she speaks about mental health and mental wellness. I wish I knew her Twitter, but I'll figure it out before it's over with. So she was just talking. She was like, I understand people want to sit here and say, like, I know people want to sit here and say that, Kanye has a mental illness and, people want to make him feel, want to kind of pacify him because of his mental illness. And she did say, she was like, I'm not going to lie, I'm up in the air and kind of torn because she was like, I have bipolar. And she was like, for him to sit in the position he sits in and have the resources and the money and the funds to be able to treat himself and get himself the proper help that he needs, she was like, looking from somebody with a mental illness, like, it's really no excuse. And it comes to a certain extent where we cannot just pacify him about, he's mentally ill, so you have to understand what he's saying, because she was like, I'm bipolar, and she was like, yeah, we go, when we're not on our meds or doing the proper self-care that we need to do, we do tend to go through our manic stages. She said, however, it still doesn't, you're not slow. That kind of seeped into me when she said that, and I thought about that. She was like, we're not slow. We, what I'm saying, mental illness don't mean you're mentally retarded.
He's choosing to not exploit himself, pretty much.
So basically, what she said is, it's just like anything else, just like a addict, somebody who's addicted to drugs or addicted to food. Like, it comes to a point where you have to want to get the help, and you have to be willing to help yourself.
I think a lot of people aren't willing to, at times, help themselves. When I say help themselves, sometimes it's not even just the medicine. It's not just that prescription you need from the doctor that's going to always help, because as you go through stages in life, the prescription is going to need to be adjusted, but you still not making lifestyle changes or whatever you need to do. Like sometimes you know what you need to do is whether you want to do it.
Yeah.
We always going to take the easy way out. If it's a pill, hell, if it was a pill to tone my body, I'll take that bitch before doing what I need to do to actually be healthy.
Yeah.
I'll give the parents.
I found it. The young lady, her name is Ashley, and her website is myhappyjourney.com. She really speaks about, like, her whole thing is about mental health and self-care. So, and I feel like you were exactly right. Like, and I get when she said that, it kind of hit me. I was like, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't suffer from, well, to be frank, I feel like we all suffer from some type of mental illness, whether it is minor to, you know what I'm saying, whether it's interchangeable, whether we go through it and then, you know what I'm saying, the spell is over.
Form of anxiety.
Yeah, anxiety, depression. I feel like we've all been in that situation, but I have never experienced like the long term of like bipolar or being a manic depressant, you know, something that's kind of lifelong. So to hear her say that, it kind of made me understand, and it made me feel bad too, because I was like, you know what, I do feel like maybe sometimes when we see somebody who's mentally ill, we do tend to be like, oh, whoa, you know what I'm saying? And we kind of like to treat them, like kind of coddle them or treat them like that, when in reality, a lot of them don't want, like, they're normal.
I think some of them feed off of that, though. That's why people do that. I don't think initially
like Kanye.
We might, try not to trigger somebody with a mental illness.
Yeah.
We might walk on pins and needles, trying not to become their trigger. But there are some people who, they use it to whatever advantage they can. Unfortunately, not saying all, but there are some people who do use it to an advantage.
And with Kanye, because I feel like he does. Every time he goes through these spells, he always got a collection coming out or an album coming out. It's always on that tip. And it's like, once again, because this is going to be the tone with a lot of conversations we have during this episode, what I am tired of is people taking advantage of things and capitalizing on stuff when it's people who are really struggling with stuff. And I don't like that, because you're taking advantage of something, whereas somebody's not that fortunate, it overshadows people who really are struggling with something like this.
Right.
So you're using this to your advantage. And I think somebody, I've been online and somebody commented like, he stops taking his meds whenever he's about to like work on music and stuff like that, because it stunts his creativity. So, it's not, I guess maybe saying like it's not his fault.
Right.
But I am going to say I disagree with that, because if every time, for one, being on this med stunts my creativity, and you've done it, and you go through your spells and you act outlandish, you're very aware that when you get off your med, you spiral. So for you to continue to do this for the last 3-4 years, and you're still doing it knowing that you spiral and you have not found any other alternative way to be able to tap into your creativity, even if it's to say that I don't want to be on no drugs, okay, well then you need to find some type of psychiatrist or whoever to help you along with this. The fact that you keep doing it, it's very strategic, so that means you know what you're doing. You're very aware of what you're
like
doing.
When you were saying it's like an addict, like, or somebody who drinks a lot, which is an addict, alcoholic. you know, and it's like they say, well, I'm not gonna do that again. I'm not gonna drink anymore. And then after a night of heavy drinking, and the next morning, and it's like, wow, I did that. I said that. I did that. Oh man.
Okay.
I gotta apologize.
And then
it's like, but you do this every
time. So it's like you're very aware of what Kanye knows what he's doing. He's very strategic in what he does. And I'm sorry, I'm not about to sit here and pacify and be like, I hope he gets help. I hope he gets treatment. I hope he does the right things. But I'm not gonna sit here and pacify the stuff that he's saying and doing. Like, oh well, he mentally. No, he knows exactly. He knows exactly what he's doing. The same way he acted a fool and said all that outlandish stuff, and then got all them signatures and then turned them in because he had no intentions of running for president. That was something to draw people's attention. So, because he got an album that dropped Friday. Last Friday. You know what I'm saying? So it's all strategic in what he does, and I'm not going to sit here and continue to pacify his behavior. So I'll tell you this will be the last time I speak of him in his episode, because he have another one. I'm not talking about it. I ain't paying attention to it, and I honestly feel if we stop entertaining it, he will stop, and maybe he will actually take the proper steps to get the proper help that he needs to get when he sees that people aren't entertained any longer, and it's not funny, and it is very serious. Your mental health is very serious. I
didn't find it funny at all when people were sharing the videos. It's like, I'm not even putting on it. I'm sorry, I don't have the time. But we all know this man is sick,
and using it to his advantage. And it's kind of like somebody when the young lady made a statement, it was like, well, it messes up his creativity. But she did say, but he still need to take his medicine regardless. But my thing is too, is like, okay, how many times have we heard or been referenced about an artist where they do drugs because it makes me feel more creative when I do these drugs? You know what I'm saying? But if somebody says that, then it's like, no, that's not taken lightly, and people don't be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what? Yeah. So it's like
it's the flip side.
I feel like Ashley said, the young lady on Twitter, like, you have the resources, you have the money, you have the capability, you have the influence. It's no reason why you can't find alternative ways. If the medicine is hindering that, then do the work and find the alternative ways to allow you to be the creative person you want to be, but do the work. And when I see her tweet, like, she'll tweet stuff like, I'm thinking about, if I should get back, because I think she recently became pregnant. So she was like, I'm thinking about if I should start back taking my medicine. So she clearly, doesn't take her medicine, but you can tell the way that she talks in her tweet that she's very cognitive of her self-care, and that she takes other measures and other things to keep her mental state
have
stability.
To take medication to balance them out. They're aware of when
they about to have that
it may need to be changed or something like that.
They're aware. So Kanye is very aware.
Catch, it leading up. Kind of like, I don't suffer from like severe depression or anything, but it's kind of like when it's getting close to that time of the month.
Yeah.
Like before my period even comes on, like that's my sign. I go, something is off, and I'm just like, man, fuck this job. Fuck them kids. It's like, just fuck the world. I don't know. I'm staying in the bed, then it's like, come here, kids, give me a hug. I'm off, but I can feel it coming.
I wonder, I asked the young lady, I was like, I don't, and it's not to take anything away from Kim. I feel like Kim probably doing the best she probably.
By not talking about him.
She probably doing the best she can. If he act like this in front of everybody, I can only imagine how he be acting around that damn house. And what he be saying to her. Okay, but I just wonder if Because I read something.
We all knew Kanye needed help a long time ago.
Well, I feel like I want to talk about this since we're talking about mental health. I feel, and I could be very wrong, but this is a strong feeling I feel. I feel like mental illness is not always something that's genetic. I feel like things in your life can trigger a mental illness, and you can become bipolar or manic depressive or
with
schizophrenic.
Like
I feel
your
like
life experience can affect that.
And I feel like with Kanye West, I feel like his mother passing away, I feel like that was a trigger. That triggered triggered him to the point where he became bipolar. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, everybody saw that. Hell, my aunt, she ain't even in a damn Kanye like that, and just seeing him on TV like afterwards, the after effect, she's like, that boy just not gonna fool this mom.
People keep saying that, but I feel like it's very true. Like, I feel like that has really, like,
sometimes people have someone to ground them. Maybe she kept him grounded, even though he kind of went off on.
I feel like
she could bring him back quicker than other people can.
True.
He doesn't have, some people have a connection.
Yeah.
Even when they just go off on this tangent, there are certain people that can just kind of talk to them and, bring them back around.
Yeah.
And maybe that was her. She might have been on.
I feel like that, and I feel like he blamed himself for his her death, because he's the one who actually paid for her to have the surgery.
Right.
And even though that a previous doctor said she shouldn't have the surgery because she wasn't in good health.
Right.
And she did it. She went ahead to another doctor anyway who said they would go ahead through it, and he paid for it. And I feel like, because he said that too,
Sure.
He spoke on that when he had he spoke on them being kind of like them going through the fact that he paid for his mother to have the surgery and she died. I really think that kind of like affected him to an extent, and that could cause bipolar and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm sorry, I might be hating on the Kardashians, but I feel like he need to get away from me. I feel like, listen, I even said, I was like, where Jay-Z at? Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye needs you right now.
And this brings me to something I just want to throw in. Protecting your energy. And that's most likely what Jay-Z
and Beyonce are doing.
Like, you can't help everybody.
You can't, but
everybody
I do feel like he's crying. He's crying. I think he wants to be out of that environment. Like, he wants to be out of that environment.
He got the money and the resources.
You know, he talking about the movie Get Out was about him. It was. I feel like you trapped my nigga. I feel like that's why you right here like, help me, but you can't say help me.
He that type of person that seems draining.
He does. I could see that. Because he was already over the top and extra without the mental illness. So I could see, like, he just,
protect your energy. You can't help everybody.
Well, they say they say they're getting a divorce. I don't know, though.
Send them phone numbers. I've learned that. You got to protect them. You can't help everybody. They come calling you saying they need help. Can't help everybody. Give them the number to the suicide hotline or some mental illness hotline.
Well, if y'all
can't help everybody.
Well, listen, I don't know about the men, but on my website, dreambella.com, if you go to click on Black Bella, the tab Black Bella, you will definitely see I have a website up called Therapy for Black Girls. So for anybody out there who may feel like they're suffering from a mental illness or just going through some shit and they just don't know what to do, you can definitely go on my website, click on the page, and it'll have the link to Therapy for Black Girls. And you can actually go in there and find a Black therapist. I want to say a Black female therapist and a But she has like podcasts and everything like that. So, you know. And for the other people, for the men out there, they have
Other people.
sorry for calling y'all that. You people. But for the men out there, they have other stuff like if you don't, because we know how men are. If you don't want to go sit in somebody's office and talk to somebody, they have stuff now where you can call and you can actually have a session over the phone.
Are preferring that. Call.
Well, now because of coronavirus, you can't really walk up in there. So, you know, ain't nothing but a phone call away. And men, and that's why I feel for Kim too. Because I saw somebody write, and I posted in Black Villas, I posted in my group. And they were saying, like, that's why black men need to be with black women, because black women are nurturers, and we'll nurture you back to health. First and foremost, I am all for supporting a black man when he needs help because he is mentally ill or he's going through some emotional, mental thing. But what I am not going to do is allow you to drain me and take away from me to nurture you back to health. What I'm going to need black men to do is not lean on the black woman to be the person to push them and lift them up and give all their resources and energy and time to make them better. And I need y'all to actually open up and tap in and do the work yourself.
The black man doing
Producer, did you just do that? Because I choked. Producer, when I was talking, did you just make me choke right there? Like I'm all horsed up talking about black men, and then I choked. I got.
Y'all should have seen how he turned around in that chair all sinister like.
No offense, but I just seen a little kid holding up donuts at the police. They got arrested for it, so that's why.
One eye dripping. But anyways, just like I said, I'm gonna need black men to go get some help and stop depending on. That's my thing. How y'all gonna depend on us, but then blame us? But why you got
me? You tired of my bushy hair?
And tell me why I gotta wear makeup and why I gotta wear weave and shit and complain about shit, but then talk about we need y'all for nurturing. No, y'all need to nurture yourselves. And to the post that was in the drinks and discussion group that the producer post talk about some black men don't ever what he said. The man is never unconditionally loved. A man is only loved by what he can do and what he can provide. So I responded and said, so you're basically saying men don't love men unconditionally either, right? So now the question, exactly. So now the question lies is, the question need to say, why you ain't love your daddy or your uncle or whoever unconditionally unless they provided something for you. I feel like men said that. Y'all made the tone. Y'all set the tone, and now y'all trying to blame women and other people for it, and it ain't our fault. Remember, y'all the same one who called August Alsina a pussy ass, bitch ass nigga for expressing his feelings.
We love y'all, black men. We do.
I love you, but y'all sickening as hell. I'm gonna be real. You're aggravating.
I'm gonna take up for my brother. You know, my husband. It goes. I'm gonna take up for him. We love y'all, but protect your energy, women. And I say that just to piggyback off of what Melissa was saying. Is so many women go into relationships where because we are, it's beating our head. You're there to be the rock. And support and all this, the mother is the backbone of the household. They really say that the husband may be the head, but the woman is the backbone of the household. So a lot of women go into relationships trying to fix and being all this support, and then become drained because she's trying to fix and give support to the wrong person. Who that's all they looking to do is leech off the backbone, and then it breaks you down. It's not saying no, we ain't gonna support, our husbands, brothers, fathers or whatever. It's just that
we get tired too. We need somebody motherfucker to lift us up. We need support sometimes we go through mental shit too. You know what I'm saying? We want to sometimes sit in the bathroom on the toilet and go through our phone without motherfuckers knocking on the door talking about, mama, 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 mama. We want to do that shit too. Yeah, that's some shit we want to do. So, you know, I'm just saying.
Mine
I
other way
need-
around. I'm the one knocking on the door. I gotta pee.
I'm gonna need my black men to actually look into actually getting help and talking to professionals and actually like trying to unpack shit and stop trying to, you know, put that shit on us women. Okay, that's what I'm gonna need y'all to do. And the producer is not, but he the last person. He ain't gonna go call nobody and talk to nobody and sit down with not a damn single soul. And don't be looking at me because you talk to somebody. Men love to do shit like that. There done been something twice or one time.
I'm gonna tell
Nigga,
you.
you don't go get
you.
help once. You don't go
I'm
to
gonna tell you
talk to
what's
somebody
common that
once.
I've heard.
What?
A man say, I don't need no help. You go get you some. Then when a woman gets some help and she need their ass, then they be wanting to go get help.
They don't want to call. Yeah, I done called the therapist and everything. I got an appointment on Tuesday.
Well, that's good. I done got my help. You should have jumped in the damn passenger side while we were going to get help together.
So let's go. Let's talk about Megan and Tory and Tory Lane.
She said she was a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet.
So, what's your thoughts about this issue? Okay, so for those who may not understand or may not know, Megan Thee Stallion is a rapper. Tory Lane is a rapper, singer, artist. A situation came out. We still don't have all the details because nobody wants to talk about anything. All we got is Tory Lanez went to jail for concealed weapon charge in California because you can't have weapons in California. And Meg went to the hospital for some cuts on her foot, which she later came back on social media and said she was shot twice. However, she hadn't revealed who shot her. She just said the person who did was trying to commit harm and cause her harm towards her. And that's all the fuck we really got. From that, I came to the conclusion that Tory Lane is the one who shot her ass twice in the pinky toe. No, in the foot. And let me tell you something. Don't come at me talking about something. Oh, y'all making light and joking. First, let me clear this up. Because I saw how Andrea, Michelle, and went hard at her. Y'all laughing and thinking this shit funny. Well, let's be clear now, because I'm a nosy bitch. Okay? So when the shit came, when the shit came out, and I was like, oh shit, this look like Tory Lane is the one who shot her. I went to her fucking page. Yeah, I did, because I'm nosy, because I want to see what the fuck she got to say. And the only thing she posted was when she talked about how somebody assaulted her. And after that, she was talking about dick slapping. If it ain't happened, then if the dick ain't slapping, it ain't happened. And posted her twerk videos on the motherfucking Twitter. That's what she was doing. So my question is, for people, the civilians, we don't know what the fuck going on. All we know is it was reported you got cut. Tory Lanez got a concealed weapon charge. Then you come back saying you got shot. We don't know what the fuck happened. We don't know what to believe because you ain't reporting nothing because the police came back and said you ain't reporting nothing. There's no investigation because there was nothing reported. So we still sitting like we don't know what the fuck happened. But yet, you want motherfuckers to be upset and angry and I guess go in on Tory Lanez. We don't know what the fuck happened, man. We don't know.
He got arrested for assault charge?
No. He got arrested for concealed weapon charge, meaning that they found a weapon in his car. That was it. And let's put two and two together. Let me bring up my handy dandy notebook because I got to bring out my handy dandy notebook. So let's bring up my handy dandy notebook. She stated, the police even stated, they took her to the hospital for her foot wounds, right? So, They reported that her foot was cut. She came back and said she got shot as if the police reported something false. Now, why would the police report and say your foot cut? They're the ones who's taking you to the hospital. Why would they say your foot was cut?
That's what she said.
Because you told them your foot was motherfucking cut. That's why they reported that shit. They wouldn't just be right here writing stuff talking about, well, like her foot was cut. If I see you and I'm taking you and you like, oh, you injured, I'm taking you to the hospital, would I not say, oh my gosh, what happened? What happened to your foot? What happened to your foot? And then you're gonna say what? You got shot. Or you gonna say, I got cut.
I don't know, I must have cut it off.
Cause let's another thing be clear. When you go to a hospital for gunshot wounds, what does automatically happen?
They gonna contact the police. Well, the police took her, so they had to tell them, you know.
The police took her, and that means they probably told them what? She got what? Cut.
I don't know. They probably all was lying. Who knows?
My thing is,
the
but
media probably was just.
it came from TMZ, and TMZ got it because Harvey is a lawyer, so he knows how to go in to talk to the police and pull the police report. He just pulled the police report and wrote what was written in the police report. Okay? So my thing is, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I'm not stupid. You ain't gonna pee on my head and tell me it's raining. So my thing is, the question is, if the police lied about your foot being cut, what would have been their motive? What is their motive for lying if you told them you got shot? Because let's come on with the handy dandy notebook. Let's bring another thing out. If she told the police, I got shot twice, what do you think the police would have said next?
They gonna ask
who shot you?
They still asking who shot you.
Okay, so all I'm saying is, my thing with Meg
is, what Tory Lanez got to say.
He ain't gonna say shit. That nigga back in Canada. That nigga said fuck the state. He gonna lock his ass up. He going to Canada. He ain't saying a motherfucking thing. That's my thing. But we gotta talk about the rumor. We don't know how true it is.
Oh,
she hit on him and she started to attack him because he was flirting with Kylie Jenner. Now I saw somebody put up a post on Instagram talking about even if Meg did jump on Tory, he ain't got no right shooting her in the foot. Now, we talking about Tory Lanez. This nigga like my height. I'm like 5'4". 5'3", 5'4". Okay? I say 5'3" and some change I am. So he my height and he dating this bitch Meg the Stallion. And this bitch was 6 foot or something? What the fuck you think this bitch? She's a huge bitch. Y'all remember that over there? That's Deuce Bigelow. That's a huge bitch. Now let's be real. This nigga, I don't care how much of a man he is. This nigga is little. Okay, he's my height, and a big 6 foot bitch. Oh, let me say it nicely. A 6 foot stallion woman is jumping on your ass and getting the best of your ass. Getting the best of your ass. And you right here, you don't know what to do. I'm sure the nigga probably was like trying to cover up and shit, like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So he probably didn't know no other way to get her off and popped her ass twice in the foot.
I mean, if she popped him in the foot for hitting on her, he deserved it.
If he did the same thing, if he was beating on her and she pulled out a gun and shot his ass twice in the foot, we would all be like, well, that's self-defense. Would we not? So why is it if the scenario is that it's vice versa, he don't got a right to defend himself? Especially when a bitch bigger than you. The nigga is little. Let's be clear. Shit, you know what, Tory Lanez? It ain't okay to let a motherfucker pound on you. No, domestic violence people, let me say something. Please don't gonna hate me because I'm about to say this.
My black.
If on some serious shit, I would not be joking about this. But the problem is, if that is the case where she jumped on him, then she's a domestic violence abuser. She's an abuser. And what really pisses me off is that she did this whole narrative about black women not being protected. And she spun that narrative. And if you really jumped on this nigga and you out here talking about some black women ain't being protected, that shit is fucked up because it's real black women who is out here not being protected. And that shit is fucked up if that shit is true. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That shit is not acceptable in no way, no means, no how. If that shit is true, that's not okay for what she did. Because it's real black women out here who really going through shit, who really getting abused, who really is not being protected, and you're using that shit, if it is true, for your own narrative. And that, once again, I told you that's the same tone. I'm tired of people capitalizing and using shit for their own benefit and their own agenda and their own narrative when it's really people out here struggling with that shit. And if that is the case, Meg, the style, I really hope that you would apologize for that shit sincerely.
I want to know the whole story.
We're never going to get the whole story. Let's be real. She would have been said it. And that's another thing that's weird to me.
If you're a victim, a woman who is going through, an abusive relationship, physically or whatever it may be, with your platform, shed some light on it.
Well, she said, she told us, fuck y'all niggas and hoes who joking about it, and I'll talk about it when I'm ready. So that's what we got on that.
Nobody to handle her responses and shit.
I'm not. You know what? I don't. Let me tell you about these celebrities this time. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Dave Chappelle. I really feel like sometimes celebrities need to shut the fuck up. I do. I really do. Because I feel like y'all dig yourself in a deeper hole. And sometimes
Kevin Hart a minute there when he was digging his hole. He just kept talking, about the situation with the gay comment or whatever. And he just kept trying to handle it himself with his responses. And they were like, look, you got more people under you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I just need y'all to
Especially if
stop
you're not gonna be fully genuine.
If you're not gonna be, thank you.
Transparent.
Thank you
about everything.
Just shut up, cause ain't none of our business anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing that
she could have came and said that is, I don't want to discuss it. When I'm ready to discuss what happened, I'll talk about it.
She had to say shit, to be honest. Like, you ain't had to say you got shot twice. You ain't had to say none of, especially, because my thing is, if you're going to come out and say, oh, well, I got shot, I didn't get cut. I'm thinking maybe you saying that because you want the motherfucker who did the shit to go to jail and get locked the fuck up. But it's revealed that you won't say shit and you won't talk about it, so the police can't officially do an investigation to lock the motherfucker up. So my thing is, how I'm going to be more upset about this motherfucker and want his ass locked up than you. How I'm gonna be mad talking about Tory Lanez, fuck Tory Lanez, he need to get locked up, and you over here like this and ain't saying the motherfucking thing, and you ain't trying to get his, cause I can't get his ass locked up. You gotta get his ass locked up.
Let the streets handle it.
She gonna let the street, and then that's another thing that's fucked up too. If that shit is true that you jumped on that man, and then you got motherfuckers out here threatening his life, when you know that you the one who initiated shit, that's some fucked up shit. And I'm just saying, men, be aware of women like that. If that is the case, be aware of women like that, because the motherfuckers will get your ass fucked up. And that's probably why Tory Lanez was like, bye. Y'all better leave them toxic ass women alone. Shit.
Yes, there are some toxic women out there.
And my thing is, how you gonna beat up on that? You're gonna learn about being around the motherfucking Kardashians. What the fuck be wrong with y'all? How you gonna come out here for flirt? You ain't say shit to Kylie.
You ain't today's the Kardashians. lurking behind the scenes.
Y'all ain't putting two and two to fucking together. Every time I hear about these fucking Kardashians, it's always some shit right behind them. And who be all up in the shit? It'll never be white people all up in the shit. Who be in the shit? Black people. We always in they motherfucking shit. Y'all don't know when the motherfucker trying to use y'all. When the motherfucker trying to capital, y'all don't get that shit. And man, how the fuck Kylie, your friend, all of a sudden, bitch, you ain't been famous for but a hot second. How y'all best friends now? God damn, how does that work? Bitch, ain't she was just friend? Didn't she just have a whole best friend the other week? Cause the bitch go through best friends. Like, I honestly feel like she uses black people as pets because when she wasn't friends with Jordan no more, she got another black friend. She would have the girl dress up like her and all that kind of shit. Y'all better know when motherfucker using y'all as a pet, okay? Shit, Beyonce know. That's why Beyonce don't fuck with their ass. I said it for you, Beyonce. You ain't got to say it. I said it for you. She don't fuck with their ass. Because they ass ain't nothing but some motherfucking leeches, and they ain't nothing but some motherfucking appropriators, and all they want to do is try to find
Just say what I've been saying, protect your energy.
With them damn. Because my thing is, your friend Kylie sitting here while your man flirt with her, and now one time that she was like, okay, you need to chill, man, come get your boo. She ain't say nothing, not a word. She was here for it. Well, I mean, she would because she did fuck Kim friend. Yeah, she did fuck Kim friend, Black China, man. So, you know, shit, I guess it is what the fuck it is. You get what you, y'all gonna learn about messing with them fucking, I look at them Kardashians like they get out for real. That's why, hell no. They come be like, with my lip, hell no. Hell no. I don't trust you. I don't trust your ass. We not doing that shit. Get your ass the fuck on. None of that. Well, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I ain't got nothing else to say, man. I hope that's not the case.
Tell us when you're ready.
Tell us when you're ready.
Later.
You know, I hope that's not the situation. And if it is not true, I definitely hope that you do go and prosecute and press charges on him because I feel like it's kind of your responsibility to an extent because if he gets away with this, if he really did it and he gets away with this, that means that all you're doing is setting it up for the next female to have to go through this same shit. And you sit in a better position where you can actually get shit done.
It comes to her leading by example.
Yeah, lead by example.
Unfortunately, celebrities, you have to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You have to. Because you have so many, especially young girls, looking at you. So you got to make sure you handle situations the right way.
The right way.
The right way.
Because
if you know the right way.
If you know
I don't know what influence she has around her either.
Yeah.
I don't know much about her. But yeah, if you have the influence to tell you to handle things the right way, you should always handle it the right way, especially when you're on the spot.
I would feel bad if a nigga shot me and caused me harm and I didn't do anything and then I found out he done abused or almost killed the next woman. Like, I would feel really bad and to a certain extent responsible because I would like maybe I could have prevented that had I opened up my mouth and I spoke up and I did something about it. You know, unless you
I would be sitting there like unless you
still want that dick, honey. I don't know, child. Girl, I just want to know, like, he probably, like, he didn't even have to bend us. You know, like how if they hit it, they might have. He probably was like this, and like yeah, like and she just, you know, and she probably had to get on all fours. She got
on top of that, I'm sure.
Ooh, child, she got on top. That nigga, just imagine what his feet look like. Child, people. I'm sorry, man. She probably like, that's why I ain't publicized our relationship in that first fucking place. Cause y'all got jokes and shit. Listen, if you love a nigga, it don't matter if I have love a short nigga, I don't give a fuck. He'll be I'm just saying, if I was in love with him, I wouldn't be ashamed. We'd be walking hand in hand. And I'm gonna have my high heel fucking shoes on. And I'm like, nigga, show them you a fucking boss,
Then you can
nigga.
just pat him on the head.
I ain't be rubbing your titties in his back. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you probably ain't even got the. You probably can be like this. And he's sitting in the chair. You sitting in the chair. He can probably sit up in each chair. They be like, girl, just be like, child. Listen, man, don't be shaming no short nigga now. You know, I'm just saying. You know that nigga, you short niggas do be having complexes too. So we don't know, child. Tory might have been having the complex, child. He might have.
Maybe it was the other way around. Maybe he thought Kylie was flirting with Megan. He was like,
Child, Kylie don't want that Amazon, child. She don't want that
short
shit.
men with complexes see what is not there.
They see what. I know.
You know,
Trust me.
some shit that wasn't even
I trust me. I dealt with it.
And he the one who just went crazy, and she didn't want to ruin that man.
I just said my baby name. I dealt with a short nigga complex. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it out there. And the nigga holler at me, and he get mad at me. Nigga, I didn't tell the nigga to holler. The nigga did. Like, don't listen. If you're scared of short, just stay out the way. But don't get mad at me, because a nigga is trying to, you know, threaten your situation or try to come at your manhood. You know, it has to be like a real nigga. If you can't do it, then you be like, bitch, come on, because I'm short. I can't fight these big ass niggas in here today. We gotta go. And I'll be like, well, child, let me go. You know what I'm saying? But I wonder, though, how does it feel? I wonder, though, because I always ask myself, could I be with a guy that is like gonna be like, you know, if he was a guy who was like, I don't really do confrontations, I don't really fight and get into it like that. Could I be with a nigga like that? Like, would I feel safe to be with a nigga like that?
I think they wouldn't be with you because you don't get in the confrontation. He just gonna be like, I can't deal with you. Every time we go somewhere, you're getting in a confrontation. That's putting me in the confrontation.
If I knew that he was that type of person, I would make sure, like, no, I'm sorry, because ain't nobody gonna handle me all kind of way. So you right, that shit ain't gonna work.
It's gonna be the last straw. This time it was two of them, and this is not gonna work.
But I feel like, here's my thing: if a man was protecting me, I can't be with a nigga who's like, I don't do fights in that confrontational. No, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, whether you win or lose, I'm not gonna, like, as long as you take up and you stand up for me and you try to protect me, I'm not gonna really come at you any type of way if you get beat up. You know what I'm saying? As long as you be like, fuck that shit, you ain't gonna be disrespecting my woman, like that shit ain't finna happen. And if you get back a couple times, you know what I'm saying? I was like, baby, get up.
No,
y'all leave.
That's
Muhammad said, turn them loose.
That's gonna get old because you're gonna be like, be quiet. Because you already know. Last time you was in the hospital tonight. Just stop. It ain't even that serious.
So you wouldn't jump in. If you saw your niggas, some niggas getting at your nigga, you wouldn't like come with a bat and like try to hit their ass.
But I wouldn't have to do that. I mean,
but you.
If I had to do that,
you would do it. I just think about stuff like that because I know every guy ain't, and sometimes maybe as women we put that on guys to feel like, you gon', you know what I'm saying, you gonna protect. And I feel like guys feel like they gotta be like that, you know what I'm saying? No, even though
I'll be on the opposite, like it is not serious.
I don't want you to die. I don't want you to die.
I just, it's not even that serious.
So you be like, I don't, let's
when
go.
you with somebody who's just ready for some shit to pop off.
Now that's when I be like, child, like I try to look, I don't even, if the niggas around, I be looking straight, child, because I ain't got time for every night I'm trying to prove my love. I ain't got time for that shit. Like, we ain't got altercations. But I just wonder, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of pressure on me to feel like you gotta deal with somebody or fight somebody to protect your woman and, you know, protect who she, you know, protect her when she around, especially if you ain't a fighter. You know what I'm saying? So what like, I don't think it's fair if we as women be like, I ain't fucking with that nigga. That nigga is a punk. You know what I'm saying? If he being his genuine self by saying like, I'm not confrontational. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, you can't, definitely don't be with me because I'm not here for people talking shit to me all kind of ways. But you know, maybe I would be the fight in the relationship.
That's what I'm saying. You would, and they wouldn't have it. Because at some point you gonna have to jump in.
Might be like that girl who tore that damn door off that damn hinge.
That been too funny. All I can do is make the sound in my head like this just turn into the Incredible Hulk.
I might blow up the truck, might blow up the Jeep like the bitch who blew the Jeep up. You know,
is the dick really that worth it, baby?
I think
to damn near kill your fucking self burning up.
I think we tired. Bitches is tired out here.
Yeah, no, bitch. No.
And she thought she was burning that off the way to the
tired bitch. Just deletes his number and blocks him, and go on and be tired.
But what if she tired and she's like she get angry and she got to release that shit though?
No, you letting the fire do the work. If she was angry, she would have been out there with that little.
So you ain't fuck people car up before.
I done damn cut down armpits out the fucking shirt. But that
you cut armpits out of shirt.
So
they can't raise their arm because it's a hole.
Really hurt somebody when they looking at their favorite shirt. Oh man, everybody got that favorite outfit, and it's like almost good, but that bitch doesn't cut them off.
That's some shit.
Out of all of them.
Cut the armpit.
Yeah, because you might not notice it out.
Ooh, bruh. You got a hole in your shirt. That shit big as fuck too. Where that came from? That's some good shit to do. I never thought about that shit.
Hole, you know.
I seen people do the bleaching, but I ain't.
No.
I ain't know
that's when you want to do some shit to let off some steam. You just bleach. You and shit cutting the armpits too. You know, you ain't gotta take them bitches off the hang.
Well, my husband better look out, cause I'm cutting seats in pants. So you sit down like this, it'll be a big old hole and all your nuts and shit hanging.
You know, I ain't about to going out there and tracking you down. He probably was parked at another bitch apartment or something.
He was.
And then you damn near kill yourself. She see that picture.
Next time, don't put your arm all the way in. You were supposed to light it, throw it, and run. And
she had time to run.
She thought she was burning that off of waiting to exhale when he had 26 years. 15 years. Get your shit, and get
girl.
She lit that. She thought she was burning that, lighting that motherfucking beamer on fire, and that shit blew her the fuck up. Child, there is a bomb in Gilead. Y'all see that? You see there's a bomb in Gilead. You see how that did on boom? Man, I watched the shit.
The person filming the video jumped back behind their curtains like this bitch trying to kill us all. Girl, you made my week watching that.
Listen,
that's some dumbest criminal shit.
You made everybody
motherfucking it real go wrong.
You made our week, bitch. I appreciate the entertainment. I ain't mad. That shit is funny as fuck, and I watch it religiously every time.
I gotta watch that blowback. Girl, your back hit that other car.
I was surprised her eyebrows wouldn't go, because I swear that fire hit her.
But you can see it in her.
You can see it right here. Yeah, you can see it. You can see she got, oh my gosh.
Bless the Lord. Bless the Lord.
Has it been an hour?
I think so.
4 minutes away.
Oh, 4 minutes away. Okay. Well, shit, you know, it's just enough time to wrap this shit up then. We can there is a bomb in Gilead. Who? Why? Just know, producer, that when you fuck up, when you hear that song, there's a bomb in Gilead, you already know what's about to happen. Boom.
I don't have much to toast to.
That's all right. You know what I'm saying? We can toast to the
Y'all,
good
this
night.
is really
This was
good.
very good, and I hope to get one more glass before she leaves. Thank you very much. Toast, clink, clink. Thank y'all for staying tuned. Make sure y'all also join the group drinks and discussion. I'm going to start posting some, other stuff in there so y'all don't feel like it's just about sex.
Those guys are really nasty.
But the
guys
and the girls are nasty. But it is a drinks and discussion. It is adult. We talk about whatever we want in there. But make sure y'all join the group. And also make sure y'all follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Drinks and Discussion. And we also, I don't need to say this because that shit already, I thought I said we got a new episode up. But we do have the latest episode up right now. So you can go check it
coming
out.
out of COVID scare.
Yeah. Cheers. And see y'all later.
I said, who funkin' with me? I'm but I don't need no grit. Hey, so don't need no grit.